A presidential flight is normally anything but secret. Air Force One, it takes off. Journalists follow. The destination is public. The aircraft, it is recognizable. The president is visible. But according to the Washington Post, that particular routine, it was turned upside down during Mr. Trump's trip to Turkey. And now Mr. Trump has confirmed that too. Mr. Trump publicly boarded Air Force One in Ankara. But then, according to the reports that were confirmed by Mr. Trump, he was secretly transferred to another military aircraft, a C-32A, using an aircraft catering trucks. That's right. And here's the extraordinary part. Even the journalists who were traveling with the president reportedly believed that he was still aboard Air Force One. Well, why would anything do that? Security. The reports linked the extraordinary measures to the credible Iranian assassination threat. The White House said that multiple threats against Mr. Trump, they were under consideration, and that every available tool, it was being used to protect them. Now let's pause here. This is not just another unusual travel story. It tells us something about the environment surrounding the US president. A president's moment, it is normally designed to be predictable enough for logistics, but secure enough to prevent threats. And in this case, the goal appears to have been the opposite: create uncertainty. If hostile actors know that which aircraft the president is on, where is he going, and when he is leaving, they have more information. Now, if they don't know, the security team has an advantage. So the aircraft becomes part of the deception here. The route becomes part of the deception. Even the public schedule can become part of the deception here. And that is what makes this story so important. The world's most powerful office, it can still be forced into secrecy by the world's oldest problem. And that is security. For millions of Indians living in America, Europe, Gulf, air travel is not a luxury. It is necessity. You fly home for Diwali, for maybe wedding, for family emergencies, for holidays, parents, business, and historically, the Gulf has been one of the most important bridges connecting India to Europe and North America. Dubai, Doha, Abu Dhabi. These airports sit at the crossroad of global aviation. But when the regional airspace becomes restricted, then airlines have to make choice. Fly around the problem, and that means longer route. Instead of crossing certain parts of West Asia, aircrafts may have to travel through alternative corridor. Turkey, the Caucasus, or maybe farther south. Now every extra hour costs extra money. More fuel, more crew time, more aircraft utilization. And yes, delays that can also disrupt airlines' entire network. One delayed aircraft, it does not only affect one passenger. It affects the next flight, then the next flight, and then the next airport. And then suddenly a regional airspace disruption, it becomes a global scheduling problem. Now add fuel prices. Jet fuel is one of the largest operating costs for the airlines. And when crude oil rise because of geopolitical risk, aviation fuel that becomes more expensive. Airlines then face an uncomfortable choice, by the way: absorb the cost or pass it to the passengers. And that is why travelers can see higher fares and emergency surcharges. And yes, there is another hidden cost: insurance. When aircraft operate near the conflict zones, war risk insurance becomes more expensive. Airlines cannot simply pretend that risk does not exist. They have to pay for it. And eventually those costs show up somewhere else, usually your ticket. Well, for the Indian diaspora, the impact, it can be a lot. A family of 4 traveling between the US and India could suddenly face hundreds or even thousands of dollars in additional cost. For workers traveling frequently between India and the Gulf, repeated fare increases, it can directly reduce monthly saving. And for the companies, international travel becomes more expensive. And when corporate travel budgets get squeezed in, companies may place physical meetings with video calls. So the geopolitical crisis, it doesn't just change where airplanes fly. It changes how businesses operate, how families travel, and how much money people can send home.